are living in rather strange times. A few weeks ago, Sarah made the comment that a few months ago, and Phil mentioned this too in his video service, Sarah said, if someone had said that we would be unable to leave our homes to go shopping, come to church, see friends, that the schools would be shut until they reopen at some point, she said she would have never have believed it. It's like living in a film. A bit like The Truman Show. Now, for the younger generation, The Truman Show is a film about a man who was being brought up in a huge film studio. And everyone he met was an actor. And talking about films reminds me of something that winds Sarah up. Whenever we watch a movie at home or at the pictures, I point out errors in continuity. Continuity is when a movie flows along without any random bits or sudden changes in the scene. An error can occur, such as frequently did, or still does in soap operas, which have a very fast turnaround to film, to edit, to get on TV. Classic errors such as a shot of two people talking and one has a drink from a glass or lights a cigarette, and then moments later a close-up shows the glass is full again and the cigarette is very short. Then a cut back to the two people again and the glass is empty and the cigarette is long again. It happens so quickly that most of us miss it. There have been some famous ones, such as the classic 1959 movie Ben-Hur, which has a car in the background. However, modern computer work on the movie has now removed the car. Or we get the ones during a Victorian or medieval film where an actor has placed a coffee cup or a plastic drinking bottle on the set, which is missed, and that appears in the movie. There are some people that make it a passion to spot these errors in new movies. I don't take it that far. The word continuity means, and I'll quote this from the dictionary, it's the unbroken and consistent existence or operation of something over time. As I mentioned earlier, Sarah said it's like living in a film. It is, but a film that has got problems with the continuity. Every one of us has things that they do that are constant. That is, they don't change. We have our daily, weekly, monthly and yearly routines. Some people get up at the same time every day as they need to get to work, while others do the weekly shop with their mum, having had a coffee first at the farmers in Ulverston. Sarah and I, along with Emma, look forward each week to meeting with our young people at Ignite. Likewise, there are other church weekly events that happen, as well as the monthly events. And it seems that at the moment that they've all changed. We can't go out as we're in lockdown. We are encouraged to wash everything that comes into the house. We need to stand 2 meters away from people. Weekly and monthly events have been stopped. Annual events have been stopped, such as major sporting events. Any large gathering of people of more than 2 have been stopped, unless those people live in your home. Some of us have been looking forward this year to going to spring harvest. It's something that we've looked forward to for months. We've talked about it, but that was stopped, along with many other things. basic everyday things like shopping have to be done differently. Sarah is currently shopping online for both our parents, Mel and Pat up the road from us, and my mum and dad 100 miles away, as well as, of course, ourselves. We do the click and collect, and then we have to do the wash and drip dry. Everything that comes into our house we wash in hot soapy water. I wouldn't recommend washing the box of cornflakes. This washing does cause a problem though, when the labels fall off tins. The other day the girls wanted beans on toast for lunch, so we had to do a hip dip dip on the 3 tins and put the contents on the toast. It just happened to be cat food. So as it was open, we spread it across the toast, saying it was salmon fish pate in jelly. Very luxurious. And everything was fine. The kids ate it, no problem. Although, we did catch Martha chasing the birds off the lawn later on that day. Nah, I'm only joking. She wasn't chasing the birds at all. She was eyeing the guinea pigs up though. Our continuity has been broken, and we seem to have lots of down days. In thinking about this and using my time, as I seem to have loads of it at the moment, I've been using the Alpha Bible readings on my phone, which each day there is an introduction by Nicky Gumbel, then a Bible reading from the Psalms, then you have a New Testament and an Old Testament reading, each of which is followed by a talk and a prayer from Nicky. You can read it yourself or you can listen to it and follow it. My favourite part is the Bible reading, as David Suchet does that bit. The past few weeks we've been in the Old Testament looking at Moses and is leading the people out of Egypt and into the Promised Land. These people had a stable life in Egypt, having been there for around 430 years. So their life was constant, unchanging. That is until we read Exodus chapter 1, verse 6 to 11, which Grace is going to now read for us.
Now Joseph and all his brothers and all that generation died, but the Israelites were exceedingly fruitful. They multiplied greatly, increased in numbers, and became so numerous that the land was filled with them. Then a new king, to whom Joseph meant nothing, came to power in Egypt. Look, he said to his people, the Israelites have become far too numerous for us. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous, and if war breaks out, we'll join our enemies, fight against us, and leave the country. So they put slave masters over them to oppress them with forced labour, and they built Pithom and Ramesses as store cities for Pharaoh.
Thank you, Grace. Exodus then records the birth of Moses and his eventual leading of the people out from slavery and into freedom. And as the people left the normal, everyday way of life, albeit a life of hardship and slavery, on into freedom, they complained. They complained about it constantly to Moses. They didn't see or couldn't see the bigger picture. Their own land and freedom from the day-to-day grind of the slave drivers and overseers. In all their ups and their many downs the Israelites faced during the 40 years of wandering, there was a constant, there was continuity, and that was God. This video just below is another song, Faithful One. We'll sing that together and we'll come back and finish this in a minute.